Coming up on this week of FRC Pick'em Weekly, a quick recap of Week 2 Fantasy Pick'em, including winners, busts, and value picks. Then we head over to Week 3 with 3 fresh new events to give you which teams we think are must picks and value buys. Time to talk some smack on your results. It's FRC Pick'em Weekly.
Your destination for first content, updates, and gaming.
Welcome to the fun.
First Updates Now is supported by Kettering University. Kettering University hosts 3 co-op employment fairs each year for incoming and current students. Participating in the co-op employment process at Kettering is a great way to begin turning your robotics experience into a professional career to earn money towards graduating debt-free. If you are a senior, it's not too late to apply at kettering.edu/apply. Competition season is here. Head on over to thebluelions.com to catch all the events each week. Don't forget to submit your clips of the week to discord.gg/firstupdatesnow. Vote in the FRC Top 25 and play in our free fantasy pick'em. Catch fun shows live on Mondays and Tuesdays at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow.
Welcome to FRC Pick'em Weekly. I'm your host, PJ the OG, and joining me once again is MC Big T. Welcome, Tyler.
Hey, welcome, PJ. Week 2 results coming up here. I can't wait to talk more about it. But just a heads up, we do have a special giveaway, $50 gift card from our friends at Vex Pro. So if you're watching live, stay tuned. We'll be giving that away a little bit later.
All right. Thank you. Thank you to our friends over at Vex. First off, just a quick description talking about Pick'em. Pick'em, you go head on over to our Discord, head to the FRC Pick'em channel. There's an announcements channel that explains all the rules and what you have to do and where the links are to sign up for the next event. Pick'em is open until Thursday morning.
It's whenever I wake up on Thursday. So we say
Okay.
end of Wednesday. You get it in, which means whenever I wake up and remember to close it on Thursday.
Yep. So all the rules are there. You have $200 to spend on teams. Points are assigned based on ELO. Point is to score as many points as possible, and if you win, you get fabulous prizes.
Woo!
Yeah. So let's hop out over to our 3 events from last week, starting down in, I believe we're starting down in Australia with the Southern Cross Regional.
Yeah, Southern Cross Regional, we'll bring up the slide deck in a second here, but obviously 21-22 will win Arizona North, taking it 259 points. Nicely done on there, no doubt. But we got a lot of cool stuff, including the picks that won on there. PJ, why don't you give us a run through of some of the best values and some of the top picks, and maybe talk about your picks a little bit.
Yeah, so some of the best value picks that we noticed I do was 6510, who I know I talked about last week as being sort of a team to keep an eye on. Another team in those best value picks, 4774, the Drop Bears, did really well. I've been a big fan of theirs for a long time, so I was happy to see them do well. 7583 was another team. That's Embers. They did well and performed a bit above expectation. So my picks, I was burned a little bit, and Tyler rightfully kind of called me out on this. I spent a little too much money on 5985 and didn't spread out the wealth. Although I guess our winner did as well, but 5985 did not perform quite to expectations. But picking 4613 and 6510, I still did okay.
Yeah, you had 3 of the same teams that the winner did on there, so that's not too bad. I think actually picking a rookie might have hurt you in this.
Especially a rookie that didn't show up to the event.
Yeah, and I did worse than you. I actually picked more teams. I had 7 teams on my list, but I didn't have 6510. So that to me was the one who, I really missed out on them. What great value that they brought at only $36.
Yeah, and I missed out on. I'm kicking myself for not buying 4774 because anybody who's knows me knows that I just love them as a team, and I've loved their robots for a long time. And I didn't buy them, and they did fantastic. So that's what I get for not following my gut.
Yeah, no kidding, right? So, and let us know if you're in chat right now. How did you do for Southern Cross as we keep moving on over to Electric City for week 2?
Yeah. All right. Electric City down in South Carolina. Our winner, Casey's Choice Cuts, also known as Tyndall Root. I see him chilling in chat. Had the lineup with 343, 364, 4020, 4451, and 8575. That's just a powerhouse of a lineup. Some of your best value picks, 4265 who I know I sort of ripped on last week, saying that they don't usually perform well at first events of the season. They seem to, seek to prove me wrong, and they did fantastic at this event. 4020, who I know I did talk about last week, also did very well. 5727 was a bit of a surprise. I'll be talking about them actually a little bit more later because they're competing again in one of our Pick'em events this week. But they definitely were a good value pick for their price, coming over from the North Carolina district to come compete in South Carolina. Some of our duds of this week, two of our big ones that I noticed were 342 and 1102. Both pretty expensive teams on the initial Pick'em. Priced at 342, priced at $40, 1102 priced at $52, and just 342 scored 9 points, 1102 scored 23. So just a big sort of a whiff on their part. And just because he asked me to in the name of his team, I'm going to have to rip on Micklast for having both of those teams in his lineup.
Yeah, Micklast, 27th man with only you can't win an event with 4 teams. Micklast only picking 4 teams for his Pick'em. And though we'll talk about this at CIR, PJ, because he only picked 4 teams for that one.
Yeah, and when we get there, I have reasons why I did it.
All right.
Whether they're right or wrong is to be determined, I guess. But
a couple things looking. I didn't do fantastic. I had tied 11th for this one, so all right. To me, I was really high on 364, and they did all right. Value wise. On their number 5, actually, it's pretty good value for that. I'm not really sure how many of my other teams that I picked made the value list area. Actually, I don't think any of my other ones did. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I had 4265 in my pick, so I had 2 of them on there, but that's only good for me for 212 points on there. PJ, you had 228 on there. So
I did break the top 10 at this event.
There you go.
Thrown in, and I knew I'd talked about 1293 last week. And they did overperform, but for different reasons that I predicted they would.
What does that mean?
Last week I talked about how they've been on an upswing for seeding, and I thought they were going to do good. They seeded low at Electric City, but were the 3rd robot of the winning alliance. So,
yeah, and that's interesting with the Pick'em from a point splits, right? Because we do district points for everything except for playoff, except for wins, right? You get 5 points for each win that your team's involved in. So you're not going to, if you're the 3rd pick of an alliance, you're not really going to get, really any points for the alliance selection, especially if you're going in the 1st or 2nd alliance. But every match you play, as long as you don't get, substituted out or something like that for a backup, you're going to be racking up good points. So low value teams are going to perform really well in that situation.
Mm-hmm. It was Casey says, I think what helped clinch his win was consciously not taking 1102. He says that was a lucky break, which it's all just lucky breaks. I was hesitant to take them because I wasn't sure what the transition from districts back to regional life would look like.
Are you saying this isn't all skill? Wow.
No, yeah, total skill. I know exactly how many points. I'm choosing to lose.
Yes, you're that bad. So, speaking of which, let's go over to the Oklahoma City Regional and talk a little more about what's going on at this event.
Speaking of me doing bad, this is where I did worst this week. I came in way down at 23rd. Our winner was Run It Back with their lineup of 1619, 2773, 3160, 4499, and 4522.
That's Aiden, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's Aiden, one of our hosts. I believe he had all 3 members of the winning alliance because I think 1619, 4522, and 3160 was the winning alliance. So that's going to help you quite a bit. And then he took 4499, which we both agreed last week was a huge value pick at only $40. And we can see they did show up on our top 10 value pick score down there. Some of our other value picks include, 6026 and 2165, both teams that kind of came out of nowhere that had not, they weren't on my radar at all because they've not traditionally been powerhouse teams, but came out and had a really good shot and really good. They both seeded, I believe, were captains of, 4th and 5th alliance, or at least captains or first picks of relatively high alliances.
Sure.
A couple of our duds. Our major dud that I saw was 3284, Camdenton Laser. I expected them. They burned me bad.
They got chairmans, I think, though, right? But
yes.
But that we don't count. I don't think we count any of that. It's just based on robot performance.
It's great for season-long fantasy points, not for pick'em points. But so they burned me because I thought they've had some pretty good robots in the past, and then they just came out, and I don't think they even made elims. They ranked 40th and didn't even make elims, which was huge drain on my points because they were a relatively expensive team as well. They were priced at $45 and scored 6 points. So that was a rough one.
I think what's really interesting is 16-19, undefeated throughout the whole thing, and even going undefeated only puts you at the 10th best value for this event. But that, it kind of tells you, the pricing of a lot of the teams was really low for some of them. So, once again, 60-26 only cost $27. Getting 43 points, much better value than 68 points and costing $60 for things. So I think as we start to play this more, people start to figure out, hey, this is, where the great value is for things. But you and I, as you mentioned, neither one of us did that great. I was in 22nd, you were in 23rd. So we got some work to do apparently on these.
Oklahoma, just that down south, it was the same when I did Texas last week. Just not a region I'm familiar with, just from my time in first, especially since the north-south champ split.
Yeah, fair enough. And it was one of those where, for me, I'm at an event every week, so I try to catch as much as I can afterwards. But a lot of times, honestly, if they're not making the FRC top 25 or 40, it's harder for me to pay attention just and kind of recap everything. So, yeah.
But all right. So those are our 3 events from last week. Now let's hop forward into our 3 events coming up for our Pick'em this week. First, we're going to go and look at the San Diego Regional over there in sunny California. So I guess I'll talk a little bit about my pick strategies a bit in San Diego, where I looked at a lot of the teams at San Diego. I think there was 15 or 16 teams have competed already this year. So I focused my pick strategy a bit on teams that have competed already and did a decent showing. That's why I picked 2102 and 6560. Both teams that ranked high and made eliminations at their first event. I picked 3647. An expensive pick, but I think a good value pick. They've been really popping off the last couple of years. 5851, I think, is a bit of a hidden gem. They had a really good event in 2020 before the season shut down at Del Mar. Once again, this might be it's a risk I'm taking, like I did before. We'll see what 2 years of potential lost development looks like. But so that's, and then 8006 was I had $25 left and they cost $25.
No, fair enough on that. So, for me, I think my value pickish that I like, well, they're still $40, but Torbots 1197 is a team that they did play in 2020. They were finalists of that event. 2019, couple semifinalists in that. So I think they have a great potential. I do think it's really interesting that neither of us picked the Holy Cows for things. I honestly, for me, Holy Cows, 10 years ago, top tier team. What are they going to come out with this year, right? They're still a really high end team for things, but are they worth the $52 that we might have to pay for them? I agree with you. I'd rather go with Millennium Falcons at $48 for that. It was an event where this wasn't quite like Australia, where I looked at the 2 highest teams and was like, yes, those are both worth it. Yeah.
I was like, I'm either taking 1538 or 3647. I wanted one of them, and just looking at it, I'm just the trends. 3647 has been trending up, like a fantastic breakout year in 2019. 2020 at their one event did well. 1538 hasn't really been wowing the last couple of years.
I'll give you one other team that I really liked, 6995, who's Nomad. Last time that they played were regional winners at the San Diego Regional. So they are essentially returning champions from that event. I forget what their price point was on it, but I know it was pretty low for what it was. $31 for them. So so for me, that would be my another value pick on my end that I would go with for this week. And don't forget, picks are, like PJ said, picks are due by, if you're watching this live, end of tomorrow or end of Wednesday, or when I wake up on Thursday. So make sure you get those picks in for your event. Anything else in San Diego you want to cover?
No, this one's a real wide open. I had a real hard time. Like I said, I almost took Torbots. There was a few other teams. I almost took Aluminum Narwhals. They were another one I was looking at. Like, it's a bit of a wide open event in a lot of ways. No real clear favorite or winner, which is kind of I like in an event in a lot of ways. Yeah.
And chat, let us know if you're watching live, who either your picks are or who you think the best value picks out there are for our upcoming events. Let's head into the what are we going into next? FNC Asheville for week number 3.
Yeah, so Asheville. This is down in North Carolina, so it's first North Carolina, for those not sure what FNC means, if they didn't Google it. But so FNC Asheville.
I feel like you're playing fancy first, like you're at least somewhat in the general nomenclature of things.
I mean, you would think, but I've talked to people who are like, North Carolina is a district, and I'm like, people you would think would know. But.
I mean, that's true. We had somebody join the Fun Discord yesterday who had no clue what Fun was, and I was very confused on how they even got there in the first place. But
yeah,
all right.
But yeah. So looking at my picks, I picked 1533 and 2642, Triple Strange and Flying Platypi. I know the two teams are very close in distance. I believe they build in the same space. They have a really good relationship. They tend to pair up at events and do well. So I kind of wanted to pick both. It's kind of an all or nothing pick. And if I'm hoping they can team up and do really well. I'm sorry, 2655, not 2642. 2642 and 5727 I picked once again for the they both competed last week and did well. 5727, like we mentioned, as one of our top value picks at Electric City. And then when I saw them pop up again as competing this week, I couldn't pass them up.
For me, I'm going to disagree with you on one, and that's Flying Platypi. They lost two key mentors this last year, and that is the reason why I didn't pick them. I'm not saying they're not a good team, but when you lose a couple of very key core mentors, it might be a little bit of a recovery cycle. So for $46, or where the tops of many of these are, that's why I didn't pick them. As a substitute to me, I really like Pit Pirates a lot. For that amount, you picked them as well too. But that would, for me, when I was kind of looking at that same price point area, that's where I fell into for something like that.
Yeah. And that's where sort of the insider knowledge, quote unquote, comes into fantasy a bit, because I didn't know that. So
yeah. So, but no, that was
so today I learned.
Yeah. So I'll give you my value pick: 68.94 Iced Java, and not just because I appreciate and enjoy the name. But Iced Java being a pretty low cost team. They went to the finals at Asheville the last time Asheville ran back in 2019. So that's where I am seeing the value pick out for something like that. But the rest of them, the Hedgehogs, I like at $39. We both like Triple Strange at 46. And I like Green Hope Falcons a lot. They're a team that I got to meet a few years ago, but I didn't really know much about them, and I've been watching them a bit more since I did an interview with them, and I've been really liking the rollouts they've been producing. So looking forward to seeing their performance.
Yeah, I was between the Green Hope Falcons and the Flying Platypi, and I am apparently learning that I chose wrong. So,
well, I mean, we'll see, right? So
that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. And then one thing I want to throw out that I think is on the non-value side, might be an overpriced right now, is 5511. They just competed last weekend as well at a North Carolina event, whichever one was week 2. They ranked 21st and made semis as the third robot of an alliance. And they got replaced by the backup robot some point in that run. I'm just not sure how much they're going to be able to improve in only a week, and priced at $46.
46, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, definitely one that I was avoiding heavily.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. $46 for a third pick semifinalist that gets taken out. Probably not the best value out there. For
one thing, if this was like a week 5 or 6 event, they might have had time, but like, what have they done in 5-6 days?
Yeah. Neither one of us picked a zebra corns, which I thought one of us might on that.
I thought about it.
To me, it just it didn't fit like into how many teams I wanted for where the price value was. But $37 isn't a bad price for the zebra corns.
Yeah, like it's right around what you paid for the hedgehogs. So I see like that's the that's kind of and I was looking.
I guess I could have taken them over hedgehogs. That's true.
Yeah. But no, I just mean in general. Like I was looking at them, and the math didn't quite work out with what I was trying to do, which is just part of life. So, but no, I watched them seed first and win the event and make us both look silly.
Yeah, fair enough on that, no doubt. So before we get into our next one, we do have a giveaway from our friends at Vex Pro, and of course, I completely misplaced where I was going to be putting that. So let me bring that up there. There we go. Hey, professionalism. There we go. Okay. So, we're working hard on it. Vex Pro is going to be giving me a $50 gift card on there. And, man, I don't even know where I put my show doc. I'm like all over the place right now. So you're going to have to bear with me on this. There we go. Vex Pro, celebrating its 10th season, is proud to have a hand in designing and developing some of FRC's most game-changing products, including the Versa Planetary, Versa Frame System, and the Falcon 500. Hey, what a good timing for the Falcon to like appear on the slider randomly. As I said, that's all planned, trust me. So if you're interested in winning this one, it will be a similar keyword to last time. So it's going to be all Versa everything. Type that in chat right now. That's your opportunity to win a $50 gift card from our friends at Vex Pro. Don't forget, you need to be following the win. Subscribers get additional luck, and we're going to draw in just a few minutes after the Central Illinois Regional Preview.
All Versa everything, 3 words, correct?
Yes, 3 words. Yep, okay. I'll put it in chat so we have.
I threw it in there.
Oh, thank you.
I realized I typed it before I asked to make sure it was right. So professionalism.
Yeah, man.
But gotta get them Falcons. Our robot has a lot of Falcons on it. It was funny. A coach from another team was convinced when they saw a robot. They're like, "You're only allowed to have 8 Falcons on your robot." Like they were convinced we were going to fail inspection.
Oh,
we were like, no, that's not a rule. But I think we've got a stupid amount. Yeah, we've got a stupid amount of Falcons on that robot.
All right, let's head into the Central Illinois Regional. We got about 4 or 5 minutes left. Let's take a look at your picks here, PJ.
All right, so I know you kind of mentioned this already that I only took 4 teams for the Central Illinois Regional. We'll see how it works out. I couldn't pass up on 2481. I know it looks like I'm guessing it was a price thing for you. But they've won the last 5, I think, Central Illinois regionals.
Yeah, I mean, their pass is incredible.
Yeah, they're on like a 5-year CIR win streak. And I know the price was high, but I just couldn't pass that up. And then that doesn't explain why I still only have 3 other teams. It was hard. I wanted to collect some teams that I knew would score points, which then started adding up very quickly because I feel like there's a bit of a drop off at this event that I noticed when I was looking at it between like those top few teams. And so I ended up taking 111, the whole like 2338, 111, 1756, 2451, 4143, that whole block.
Yeah. I
really
think
hard to choose.
Once you hit like ponage and once you go below ponage, there's kind of, I think a tier level below that. Right.
Yeah. So you could basically take 3 of those top, 7 or 8 teams.
Yeah.
And I struggled with it. I knew I wanted 2481, and then I like what 111. I know they had a couple. They kind of had a rough spot there in 2017, 2018-ish, and rough by Wild Staying standards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But and then 2020 they came out, and I believe they won their event or were finalists or something. They played in 2020, I believe. But so I really liked 111. I think they've been doing a lot of development and stuff, and then I've always liked 1756, always been a big fan. I think they traditionally do very well at CIR. And then 1625, I like them at their price point. They've been kind of streaky in past years, but like at $40, I really didn't want to pass them up. So, and then by that point I was at like $199 and it was game over.
So I will tell you sincerely, by far the best value pick of the entire week is 7103. This is Robo Remedy out of Wisconsin. I got to see them a lot in 2021 at the Wisconsin unofficial Wisconsin championships. And they have all the right makings to be getting up to like a tier 2 team on things, not an elite team by any means, but they have the right makings to get to that regional winner level tier, and they were like $20 something. So
24.
Yeah, I am if I could take all 7103s, I would just do that. Yeah, to me by far. Now, here's why I didn't take the Robo tiers. Yes, price. 2, I haven't seen a revealed video from them, and we're 3 days away from competition. So I'm a little worried, to be honest with you, on what they're gonna be producing in that amount of time.
Especially because don't they usually do premiere night?
They have in the past. I don't know if they did in 2020 or not, but
okay.
So yeah, that's really the only worry. I'm with you on 111. I think 111 is going to start making a big comeback. Good buddy of mine, Kevin Koloje, who was director of Andymark, you might know, now is a mentor on that team and their secondary team that they started this year as well. And so feeling really big. 111, Argos, I love, and 7103, like I said, by far the best value of this entire event.
I was really mad. So yeah, their second team was what, 112?
Yeah, it's 112 now. Yeah,
I'd heard the rumor was bouncing around they were going to be called Mild Stang, and then I see that they did not go with. Did not go with that name, which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah, what'd they go with?
+1.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. So awesome. All right, well let's go ahead and draw for the giveaway winner for this. The winner is going to be once again from our friends at Vex Pro. Wob Chick winning. Man, you've won a couple things. Watch it. Congratulations. Make sure you reach out. Just need your email for this. This is a gift card. Thanks again to the Vex Pro for the awesome giveaway. And PJ, any last things? Good luck to teams for week 3. Make sure you get your picks in. Anything you want to wrap up with?
Nope. Good luck to everybody. And then I'm just going to say thank you all for tuning in to FRC Pick'em Weekly. Special thanks to all those who clicked that follow button or stepped up to help fund with a Twitch subscription or donation. Your support really helps us continue to make great content. We really appreciate everything you guys do in supporting us. Don't forget, you can watch FRC Pick'em Weekly archived at youtube.com/firstupdatesnow. And you can catch us live on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time during the competition season. If you're watching live, stay tuned for the FRC Top 25 for week 2. I know I'll be around. I'm really excited to see where some teams landed. But thanks again to MC Big T for coming on. I'm PJ the OG. Yeah, PJ the OG. Thanks for watching, and good luck to all teams competing in week 3 and beyond. See you next week on FRC Pick'em Weekly.
Thanks to Kettering University for their support of this video. Kettering University hosts 3 co-op employment fairs each year for incoming and current students. Participating in the co-op employment process at Kettering is a great way to begin turning robotics experience into a professional career to earn money towards graduating debt-free. If you are a senior, it's not too late to apply at kettering.edu/apply. Thanks for watching. If you want to join us for future fun streams, be sure to click the follow button and turn on the notification bell to know when we're live. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. View archives and unique content at youtube.com/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow. And check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.